And welcome back to the start of another entry in the long entries of the What If Naruto Had Zanpakuto. The votes are in. Ryujinn Jakka was the winner. Okay, as always, the basis of how Naruto gets the Zanpakuto, I think, in all the Naruto ones, is the same. Because none of these are his actual Zanpakuto. I created what I thought his Zanpakuto would be in the creation series. So one day I may eventually do that. Or whenever I do the Bleach Naruto crossover, sure. But no, they're always, I think, like a relic of the Uzumaki clan that he accidentally ends up finding in the Scroll of Sealing when he steals it. Now, for those of you who are not Bleach watchers or readers out there, and to let you know what Ryujinn Jakka does, as you can kind of see from the image that I so masterfully altered with Naruto's head on. Actually, I think I did a pretty decent job. This might be the best version of this I've done so far. I probably should have darkened the hair just a little bit to illustrate the flames and stuff like that. But Ryujinn Jakka is a fire-based Zanpakuto, and it is by all accounts the strongest attack Zanpakuto, or strongest Zanpakuto with offensive abilities in the entirety of Bleach. Its fires burn so hot they will obliterate just about everything. Its release is called All Things in the Universe Turn to Ash, or All Things in Creation, depending on your translation. And so it is an extremely powerful Zanpakuto, capable of doing many. I mean, we only ever see really 2 or 3 abilities in the Shikai, because its main ability is just to do giant swathing waves of fire. Its Bankai, on the other hand, is pretty freaking hacks. Zanka no Tachi is basically has 4 main abilities. It concentrates all the firepower of the sword into the blade. And it only is released either on the tip or the edge. And the tip, it will just kind of cut through anything. On the edge, sorry. On the edge, it just cuts through anything. On the tip, it will literally blow anything it touches out of existence. Gone. End of story kind of thing. It also constantly has a wave of energy wrapped around your body that you can make visible, or it's not visible. That burns, I think, at 15 million degrees. So yeah, it has the ability to resurrect the dead of anyone you've killed. And basically as burning ash skeletons and fight and defend on your behalf. And then its last ability is just a super concentrated blast of heat that just vaporizes whatever it hits. The Bankai, the Zanpakuto, though, is so powerful, especially in Bankai, that it threatened to destroy not just the user, but the Soul Society itself. The Soul Society is a different dimension. It's a different plane of existence. And Zanka no Tachi has the power to basically destroy an entire area or an entire plane of existence. So when we're talking about this Zanpakuto, 2 questions came to mind: the how and the when. The when Naruto gets it, and the how powerful do I actually make this Zanpakuto in the Narutoverse. Shikai is doable, but Zanka no Tachi, in theory, would light the atmosphere up on the planet Earth that Naruto exists in. Just by activating, it would annihilate all life on the planet. I think we can have all the abilities and do what they do, without really doing that, without destroying the world. Because otherwise, that'd be the biggest handicap you could do on the story. So there is also, but then there's the when. When is Naruto going to be able to actually access the power of this Zanpakuto? We're almost 5 minutes in, but these are questions that need to be addressed. And with each Zanpakuto we do in this series, it does change when Naruto because Naruto's going to gel with certain spirits and abilities better than others. For example, when he ever gets Benihime or Katen Kyokatsui, those are going to be Zanpakuto he definitely gels with a lot easier. Or Zabimaru or Zangetsu, that he can just gel with get behind those a lot easier. But other Zanpakuto, like Suzume Bachi or Kyoka Soigetsu or Ryujinn Jakka. Power-wise, and if we look at their user and compare, it's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit. So anyway, we start, as we always do, with Naruto stealing the scroll of sealing. He learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he's about to just put the scroll away when he notices a seal on the scroll. And it has the Uzumaki symbol, which is actually on the Konoha jackets as well. And Naruto recognizes this symbol. And while Naruto doesn't know a lot about, seals and all that, he does at least, I think, know enough to know, it's like, wait, maybe I need to just... I've seen some of the guys do this, like bites his finger. And have you ever seen that meme by where people shout, say, "What we suck"? What I actually have is just wrapped in bandages and all that. And so he, puts the blood in there, and boom, and a sword appears out of the scroll. It's like, yeah, it's a really old sword. And Ryujinn Jakka looks like an old sword. Like, it doesn't look like anything special. It just looks like a very worn and powerful sword. And he picks it up, and he can feel like a pulse. Just a boom. It's like, whoa, what is that? Naruto, what are you doing here? Can't think about it right now as Iruka gets in. Oh, well, hi, Iruka-sensei. I only had time to learn one jutsu before you got here. He's been out here practicing. And so, throughout this scenario, Mizuki shows up, reveals he's the carrier of the nine-tailed fox. Naruto's just freaking out. And ultimately, Iruka distracts him, and Naruto comes in and... beats the living crap out of him. Even probably pulls the sword out and cuts him up a bit. Doesn't kill him, but cuts him up a little bit. And so, all's well that ends well. Naruto's like, Naruto, close your eyes. Now open them. Congratulations. You graduated. Iruka-sensei! And so now we deal with afterwards. Naruto goes back to his place. We don't know, by the way, what the time frame was between then and getting the picture in the Konohamaru thing. I believe it was about a week between the graduation and the team selection. But I think it maybe a couple of days in between. So Naruto, it's the day afterwards, or the day. Let's just say it's the day afterwards. Naruto maybe goes to bed or something like that after the long day. Let's say a day afterwards. I'm trying to say Naruto goes home after getting his headband, and he goes to sleep, and he awakens in a place he's never been before. This really dark, looking like a sewer area, and there's water. Water's almost like up to his ankles and stuff like that. And he's walking, and he sees this big cage. But he also notices it's getting hotter in here. Like, it's getting warmer, and the water is dissipating. It's actually steaming in here now. And he hears the growling behind the cage, and just as he's about to walk, he's like, "I wouldn't go over there if I were you." And he's like, "Wah!" And he sees, sitting on this chair, this old man with a long beard, a white cloak, and a cane with a big, a wooden cane with a big round, I don't know what you'd call it, like a round head of the cane, I guess we'll call it. Now, it varies from story to story, on the Zanpakuto spirit that is going to inhabit Naruto, because as we saw with the filler arc, that Kubo had a hand in designing all those spirits. So for the swords whose spirits we actually saw, those are the spirits I would use. Plus, we know that if they were to be introduced in the manga, those would be the spirits that Kubo used, or at least a variation on those spirits. And this is due to the fact that we saw Katen Kyokatsui in Ohana in the manga, and she looked near dead identical. Same with same with the child version as well. But with Zanpakuto, we really didn't see the spirit of. Best we saw was a giant wall of flames. I think it's fun to kind of use the Zanpakuto user as they took on the form of their previous wielder. Anyway, so he sees the old man, obviously taking the form of Yamamoto. He's like, He's like, "Whoa, who are you?" "Who am I is not important right now, boy. The question is, who are you?" It's like, "I'm Naruto Uzumaki. And where are we?" It's like, this is your mind, boy. Your mental dreamscape. A place where you can go to access your memories and to interact with the thing, that which you hold inside you. It's like, well, wait, wait, who are you? then he says, wait a minute, I know who you are. You're the nine-tailed fox, aren't you? And he just is like, ah! And Ryujin just like, ah! It's like, oh, I am not the nine-tails boy. The beast dwells behind those gates. And so Naruto just hears the growling and sees the eyes. Just go step a little closer, brat. And it's like, ah! It's like, he cannot hurt you as long as the seal is in place. And it's like, you shut your mouth, you burn it, you smoldering piece of metal. Smoldering piece of what? It's like, I am the spirit that resides in your blade, boy. I am. And he says his name. And he's like, oh, I didn't hear it. Like, it's not surprising. We've only just met, but it's been a long time since an Uzumaki has wielded me. And he just steps up. Wait, you're a sword? What's going on? And Yamamoto says, I am a weapon passed down through the ages from the Uzumaki clan. The last one to use me was the last head of the clan. It was assumed I was lost forever, but in truth, I was kept inside of the scroll of sealing for safekeeping, hoping for a day that maybe one other Uzumaki would be able to wield me. Seems that day may have finally come, but you're clearly not ready for my power. What? Come on, you mean you're this awesome sword and I can't even use you? You may use me, brat. My true power will elude you until the time comes. Wait, no, I can totally wield you. Then, if you believe you can wield me, you are far from ready. Well, how do you know I'm ready? When you can hear my name, you will know you are ready. And wield me. But until then, that does not mean I cannot aid you in some endeavors. I am still here, and we can still communicate. We can learn more about each other. It's been so long since I've had someone to talk to, and I doubt the furball, and I doubt this one will be very talkative. Bite me. For now, Naruto, get some rest. We'll talk more in the morning. And so Naruto goes to sleep, and the Konohamaru thing goes down the same. We're just going to skip by that, except for the fact, and this is something I should address. I think Naruto, all the swords do influence Naruto on some level. I think, for instance, Yamamoto, Ryujinn Jakka in this case, is a very powerful, very old, very serious, and very wise Zanpakuto. So I think Naruto would gradually take things more seriously. He's never going to lose that childlike nature to him, or that, prankster nature to him. He's still going to be Naruto, but he's not going to be, but it will be toned down, and for him to be able to assess things a bit more seriously, be a little bit more mature. Even if it's by only 5%, that's a lot for part 1 Naruto. Like that 5% means a bit. But Naruto, I think one of the things Naruto does is maybe he dials it down a little bit on the photo picture taking, but Ryujinn Jakka is just telling him, are you sure that is wise, Naruto? Remember, they need to be able to take you seriously. As impressive as an art job, as impressive as an artistic endeavor as it is, I'm always doing this because he always has his hands on his cane. As it is, they will need to take you more seriously. And I think Naruto, maybe, I do think he at least listens to that, because he ultimately did listen to get retaken. So I was like, oh, fine, there will be time for fun and games at another point. One of the things, though, that Ryujinn Jakka does do is try to teach him the art of the sword a little bit. And there's no reason to say Zanpakuto can't teach you the art of the sword. I mean, some of Zanpakutos are strictly melee types to begin with. And so Ryujinn Jakka, in Naruto's mind a lot, and Naruto also in the real world doing these practices, training up his body a little bit more, is teaching him how to wield a sword. And Ryujinn Jakka kicking his ass most of the time. But he notes that Naruto is a surprisingly adept learner. He's picking up on things a lot quicker than he would expect. He's still easily able to beat him. Naruto would have to be Jonin level just to stand a chance against this guy, because Yamamoto would easily be a Kage level character if he existed in Bleach. If not like a beyond Kage level character. Honestly, this is where the whole Naruto Bleach thing, again, I always go back to Death Bell real quick. This is where I always feel like they don't get the cosmology and the level of power a lot of these characters have, because they're they have levels of power that affect reality themselves. And yeah, and like I said, Zanka no Tachi could literally light the atmosphere on fire and blow up the planet. We won't have that happen in this version of the story, but still, in theory, that's what would happen. 15 million degrees, yeah, that's what would happen. But the soul side is just a different dimension, so it can handle that more effectively. Anyway, so Naruto, I mean, like Naruto, it takes a bit for him, and I actually think one of the things Ryujin would say is like, you learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu, did you not? Do you not know the true purpose of its power? It's like, wait, you mean it's not to make just physical clones? And that can fight? It's like, it is useful in combat, but it was designed as a reconnaissance mission, a technique. Anything the clone learns is passed, that information, that knowledge, that training could be passed down to the user as well. For example, go and it's like, make a clone, Naruto. Make 2 clones and have them go play rock, paper, scissors. And he does the Kakashi thing. It's like, and Naruto's in real is like, now release the clones. Now what happened? Wait, one of the clones will play this. Whoa! The same can be true for training, Naruto. We can speed up your training process through this method. It's cool. And so, for the next, 3 days, Naruto is using his clones to really speed through a lot of the basics of sword training. Naruto's getting surprisingly good. He'd easily be the best in terms of a pure sword combat. And he'd be the best swordsman among the Genin. Even Tenten, who is a weapons master, she's a jack of all trades weapon master, not a true master of each and every weapon. At least in part 1. She's very good with her weapons, but I would not call her a master of anything when we first meet her. Maybe down the road later on. But we never see her use a sword really either. Anyway, Naruto would be the most skilled Genin with the sword. And so the day would come for the actual team selection. Naruto's feeling a lot more confident in himself. Yamamoto probably even stressed a little bit of chakra control training too, because he mentions once my power, it'll take a lot of chakra to control the massive amount of chakra that my abilities produce. And so he maybe even started stressing the tree walking exercise, which we know Naruto and Sasuke got that down pretty quick. Naruto probably still took a little while. He maybe isn't fully on the tree walking exercise yet, but with the clones, it really sped up the process. Remember, I only gave him about 3 days here. So even for Naruto, part 1 Naruto, that's going to take a bit. But anyway, he walks in and he's there early and he's got his sword on his side. I think also Ryujinn Jakka might stress a bit of a wardrobe change, but Naruto says there's really not enough time, and he agrees. Maybe, but we'll see maybe a different style for Naruto maybe down the road. Not exactly this, by the way. This is just the image I'm using for the thumbnail. But he's just chilling out. It's like Shikamaru in the comments. What are you doing? This is not for dropouts. See this is a regulation headband, Shikamaru. We're gonna be training together. Yeah, whatever. Huh? Wait, when did you start using a sword? Oh, this. Yeah, I picked it up. And Naruto realizes I shouldn't tell them about the scroll. I picked it up after a little incident with Mizuki. I was there to help stop Mizuki that night. And by the way, yes, the third would have let him keep the sword. It's been the third was amazed that he even was able to pick up or use the sword to begin with. So yes, the third would let him keep the sword. I should have made that clear. Because that's always happens in these versions. So obviously, Saratobi lets him keep the blade. And so he's just relaxing. Sasuke even takes a bit of note of this. Like he's always known Naruto to be annoying, okay in a fight, like for sparring, but he's never beaten Sasuke. But he can see that Naruto, even in just a week, there's something different about it. He seems stronger. Like he's holding himself a little differently. And he's got a sword now. And so Sasuke, despite the fact he finds Naruto annoying, he still respects him. We know he still has some respect for him, rivals and all that. Even back in the academy, they were kind of already that. He does note that, like, should be interesting at least. And then obviously Sakura and Sasuke, come in. It's like, Sakura! Oh, he mentioned Sakura. And it's like, move out of the way, Naruto. I'm sitting next to him. It's like, what? And obviously, Naruto's like, and he's about to get in Sasuke's face for Ryujinn Jakka actually pipes in and just say, I'm going to probably say Ryujin just for shortening it. Ryujin just pipes in and goes, are you sure you want to be bothering the boy, Naruto? I understand your curiosity and annoyance with these young ladies' obsession, but they are just young women, Naruto. Anything they harbor against you, anything they harbor for them is nothing against you. It is simply their hormones acting up. And Naruto's like, he's about to get in Sasuke's face, but he's like, yeah. And so, Naruto just sits back down and just, it's like, well, whatever. It's like, on another topic, Naruto, are you sure this Sakura, well, she has a fiery temper I admire. Are you sure this girl is really the one you wish to be with? You're young and have many opportunities to meet women who value you more than this one does. But Sakura's just so awesome. It's like, but why is she? Why? It's like, I ask you why you are attracted. Apart from her beauty and her popularity, why exactly would you be attracted to someone who does not seem to harbor any positive feelings for you? And Naruto actually doesn't have an answer to that. He just, is it because she is the only one who pays attention to you? And Naruto immediately kind of like, I'm sure there are other women out there, many other young ladies who would be more than willing to appreciate someone of your talents and personality. You just have to meet them, Naruto. And so anyway, Naruto actually is kind of bummed out by that, because everything he just said is true. Like, part 1 Sakura does not appreciate Naruto. Later down the road she does, but she still is also so dependent on him. I'm not trying to I don't want to go into bashing, but yeah, she's very dependent on Naruto, even after they kind of become friends. Like, this is the promise of a lifetime. Bring it back to me. It's like, wow, bitch. Like, this is his friend too. You are gonna go and God, they really did not do her character any favors in part 1. She improved in part 2. She did. She still went down the rails a little bit, or went off the rails a little bit, but she was nowhere near as bad as she was in part 1. Anyway, I digress. And so ultimately, Uruka comes in. It's like, all right, Team 7. Naruto Uzumaki. Is it, huh? Sakura Haruno. It's like, oh, I'm doomed. And Naruto does, like, it perks up. But Ryujin's words still kind of echo his head. So he's not, like, cheering like he did originally. Yeah! Like, it's like, well, we'll be on a team together. Awesome! Like, he tries to, because and so he just sees Sakura dejected. He's like, am I really that bad? And like, it's like, and he's just like, am I really that bad? And come on. It's like, it's actually hurting it. It's really hurting his feelings, like the way she's acting around him right now. And then Sasuke Uchiha. It's like, and then Sakura's like, yeah! Naruto's like, I don't know if he's going the whole I'm doomed, because I think he feels a lot more confident now with his abilities. He's at least capable of swords with the sword now. Capable, not masterful by any stretch of the means. And he knows how to use the shadow clones a lot more effectively now. But yeah, and Sasuke, I think Sasuke does still say, just try not to get in my way. And Naruto still's like, what did you say? It's like hardest hearing. It's like, whatever. Just try not to get in my way, duck butt, or whatever. It's like, let's stop it, Naruto. It's like, and I think Naruto actually, I'm not saying he's just immediately getting over his crush for Sakura. He likes Sakura, and I think that's why he's as angry, like starting to get as annoyed with her as he is, because he still likes her. The crushes don't go away like that. It's like, what? He gets to talk crap to me, but I can't talk back to him, or at least defend myself? What the hell, Sakura? Sakura immediately has to take it back, and then she just yells like, you idiot! And it's like, ah! And so, and Naruto's just rubbing his head. It's like, he's just, now Naruto's just actually really up, like, in a bad mood now, I think. And so all the other teams get called, other teams get collected, and Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke are there by themselves. Naruto, I think, actually goes to kind of sit by himself a little bit. Like, he's just, trust me, let me put it this way, and I'm just speaking from my experience. If the girl I liked, even if I were simping kind of like Naruto does for Sakura in the beginning, if I were simping for the girl, kind of knowing she doesn't like me that way, and it kind of treat me cool, but even if I did still like her or have her feelings for her, or at least was attracted to her, if the girl I liked told me to shut up after the guy talked crap to me and I was just defending myself, and then smacked me, which Sakura would do. Trust me, she would. Because that is who she was in part 1. And a little bit in part 2 still. She still smacks Naruto around. I would not want to be near either of them. My emotions would probably settle out, and I'd be like, okay, I still probably like her and all that, but man, that did not do any favors for that. And screw that guy. And Naruto probably would be the same way. He's probably like just sitting in a corner, just like, kind of like meditating, maybe talking with Ryujin a little bit. Ryujin's probably kind of talk him through and say, "Look, Naruto, I am not here to tell you how you should or should not feel about someone. Your emotions, your own romantic endeavors, those are your decisions to make." And the fox is just scoffing. You're just jealous because you could never get any. Ninetales like, you, and he just, I could see Ryujin actually being having a little bit more of a sense of humor than say like Naruto, who had almost none. Maybe like just because he at least can trash talk the fox a little bit and probably get a lot of enjoyment out of that. You're just what's the matter, jealous fox that no one else could love you? No, you could never find someone to love you. But I'm not. Anyway, I'm not telling you how to feel, Naruto. I'm just saying there are better ways to try to spend your days than trying to win the affections of someone who may never have the same affections for you. And it's like, yeah. Either way, though, teens are young ones are fickle. Perhaps there could be a day she does feel the same way about you. I am merely a sword. What do I know? And say, no, it's I appreciate it. And Naruto's like, no, thanks a lot. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't like her still. I still like her, but I mean, that last 5 minutes alone that wasn't fun. Anyway, I think it's time for you to get back to the real world, Naruto. It seems your sensei has finally showed up. And sure enough, Kakashi's there, and Naruto didn't even actually put he was so busy talking with it, he forgot to set the prankster trap, or the little booby trap. And so Kakashi just says, He's like, all right, then your team said, meet me on the roof in 5 minutes, which I'm like, Kakashi, come on. Anyway, and so they go and meet on the roof, and I think we'll end, I didn't mean to go 30 minutes, but we'll go 30 minutes. Just at least end with the bell test, or start at the start of the bell test. Then, Kakashi's like, all right, tell me a little about yourself. Your name, dreams for the future, hobbies, all that. And so my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like training. I like training with my sword and miso ramen and getting stronger. My favorite types of ramen are ramen you get from Ichiraku Ramen, but I hate the amount of time it takes for you to cook it and all that stuff. And Naruto just says his dream and all that. I don't think he brings up anything about what happened. He's kind of already now moved past that. He's not forgetting it, but it's like, look, there's no need to focus on that right now. Sakura, it's like the boy I like. My dream for the future is, and what do you hate? Naruto! And then Naruto's just, God, and again, he makes that face. It's like, seriously? And he doesn't say it out loud, but he's like, seriously? What did I do? Am I that bad? Again, if someone did that to me, I'm like, just straight out, like, what the hell? What the hell did I do to you? Apart from, maybe I was a little annoying, but just straight out hate me? Come on. And Sasuke says his shtick, and so Kakashi issues the bell test, and they go home. Ryujin probably does suggest Naruto eat something Naruto eat something regardless. It's like, I have a feeling this is part of the test to see whether or not you listen to him or not. A ninja must look underneath the underneath. Look for deception. Besides, if you don't eat anything, you will not have the strength for whatever test he has waiting for you. That's a good point. And so Naruto eats, and then they get there in the morning, and Naruto's kind of actually just meditating with his sword. And they're actually they're all still kind of sleeping, but Naruto's actually, meditating with the sword. Sasuke does take note of the fact that he is doing that. And Sakura and them are just waiting, and Kakashi shows up. And so that is where and he issues the bell test, and Naruto still cracks wise. Wait, Naruto, don't! And he just comes in with his sword, and Kakashi just, nope. And he even ends up having the sword, figures out how to get Naruto's hand around him with the sword, like pointing out the back of his neck. He's like, nope, sorry, kid. But you came at me with the full intent to kill me. So, how can I say this? I'm starting to like you guys. All right, and begin. And that is where part 1 ends. Like I said, the trick is going to be when Naruto has access to Ryujinn Jakka's actual abilities. Like minimum machine. Because Ryujinn Jakka is so powerful, just the Shikai alone would alter the entire story of Naruto on its own. And make everything a kind of clean sweep in a lot of ways. There are the characters who could probably do stuff against Ryujinn Jakka to some degree. Massive amounts of water could counter it. And I mean massive, like an ocean amount would have to be used, but it could still counter it. But at the same time, it does make it a bit more interesting storytelling too, to some degree. So I do know, one of the things I had to do when starting this particular what if, is know when he was going to be able to activate Ryujinn Jakka. And so I know when I have chosen to do it. That's all I'll say. So, but for now, we leave off on part 1. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks later.